Mullery of Spurs, Brian Labone of Everton, Bobby Moore, the captain from West Ham, Francis Lee, who scored 2 goals in the competition, one in each match against Northern Ireland last Saturday, and then of course against Wales on Wednesday night. Lee from Manchester City, Alan Ball from Everton, Bobby Charlton, Manchester United, Jeff Hurst of West Ham United, and Martin Peters of West Ham United. Bobby Charlton, of course, the Wembley favourite. 93 caps tonight. Francis Lee was in a rather more juvenile role in a sense. This is only his 5th international, but the way he started his international career suggests that he might be in the England side for quite a long time. Jeff Hurst scored with a penalty last Saturday night against Northern Ireland and then missed the match against Wales on Wednesday. The Scottish team: Herriott of Birmingham in goal, McCreadie Chelsea number 2, Gemmell Celtic 3, Murdoch Celtic 4, McNeill Celtic 5, Greig of Rangers 6, Willie Henderson Rangers 7, Billy Bremner Leeds United 8, Colin Stein Rangers 9, Alan Gilzean Spurs 10, and Eddie Gray in his first international number 11 from Leeds United. Looks as if the teams will be playing, depending the side they've taken for this kickabout before the match. Very, very heavy rain, and Tommy Gemmell squelching over the top of this Wembley turf. There's a lot of water on the surface. As I said it on Wednesday, that's Bobby Murdoch, who's wearing a new number tonight, and that just underlines what I was saying. The Wembley turf is very, very slippy. I did say on Wednesday night how well the Wembley authorities have worked to get the pitch in some kind of condition, Willie Henderson, and they've certainly succeeded, but today, after the continuous rain, they must be worried about how the pitch will play. Gallons and gallons of water were drained and pumped off the pitch this afternoon, but it's still very wet. So it's going to be Scotland to kick off, wearing the duck shirts and taking the goal to them. Murdoch will stop. Just setting it up for Martin Peters of England. Charlton didn't go in for that with any determination, and Greig of Leeds United gets his first touch in international football. This is Stein. It was a dangerous ball. The defence was caught a little bit there, but Gilzean was on the wrong side of the fullback Newton. Charlton. Lee to Charlton. Jeff Hurst calling for the ball up front, but it's McNeill. Greig. Mullery to Hurst. Ball. Peters just couldn't throw enough. Henderson now. This is Greig. Greig taking up the midfield role we expected him to play. Henderson. Bremner. Bremner inviting a defender to come, but they're all backpedaling. Ball still in play. Stein for Scotland. Taken out by Moore, and the third corner of the match. Well, this is a lively start by the Scottish side. Bobby Moore marshalling the defence as Big Billy McNeill, Scottish number 5, comes up to the corner. Taking up Jack Charlton's usual position on the goal line, and it's going to be Eddie Gray with a corner. Looks as if it could be an in-swinger. Good goalkeeping by Max. Firm, determined. He really wanted that ball and showed that he didn't intend to be pushed about in the air. Mullery now. Charlton. This is Ball. Setting it up for Gemmell. Gilzean. Bremner. Gray is with Bremner. And the defence retreating, gave him the chance to shoot, and that's another corner. Nobody came to the Bremner there to give him the shooting position. Quite satisfied with the way the Scottish team has started, and it's going to be Willie Henderson with this corner, And again, McNeill comes up, but this time he's not going to take place on the goal line, positioning himself outside the penalty area for a long run in. So too is Gilzean. Henderson with the corner. Gilzean again banks it above them, but it's a foul against Gilzean. Gordon Banks playing in his 50th international match for England tonight, which is a new record for an English goalkeeper. No English goalkeeper ever been capped so many times. Moore. This is Cooper. Moore. Charlton. Newton to Mullery. Hurst made the ground well. And what about that for offside? Yards off. Ball about. Yeah, Hurst did well there though, and quite good running across the line of the defence. And this is Murdoch now for Scotland. Stein. Labone. Murdoch again. Played Billy Bremner into trouble, and Bremner is penalised for having a slight argument with the referee. Charlton. Good ball to Hurst. And that was quite a good save there. Jeff Hurst got a hold of that shot. Herriott, I would think, the goalkeeper quite happy there to concede a corner. Charlton with the corner. And Labone gone up for England to the position on the near post. That's not clear, but finally Herriott getting it clear to Lee, and two of the England players penalised for offences against the goalkeeper. That was a neat piece of football by England that created the shooting position for Hurst, and the Scottish defence was split wide. Five minutes gone, no score. On this match, of course, it's the International Championship. That surely is a foul. Bobby Moore perhaps reflecting on the fact that England haven't won against Scotland at a win since 1961. Henderson. Beautiful ball. Seen to Henderson. McCreadie. Now to Moore. England calm and methodical at the back. Now Hurst. Could give McNeill an awful lot of trouble tonight. Peters. Mullery to Charlton. Bremner quite right in not committing himself. Mullery. Charlton to Mullery. Oh, and the keeper left it. It looked desperately close for a moment, but it was good judgment there by the goalkeeper. But it was very, very close to that near post. Now four. Hurst. Charlton, he just couldn't get there, and it's Gemmell. Stein. Referee waving play on. Newton. Greig looked quite composed at the start of this international match, made quite a cool start. This is McCreadie. Murdoch. Peters is penalised, so it's a free kick now to Scotland. McCreadie, Chelsea fullback with the Labone, Bremner, a ball for England, looking for the goalkeeper. Billy Bremner trotting back to position. Foul given against Hurst, the way he controlled that. Murdoch, Gilzean to Bremner. Scott's queuing up for the header, and it's Labone. It's Greig to Gemmell. Stein, Gilzean, Cooper for England. And really, in these opening stages, it's been mainly the Scots asking the questions. Although England on the two real attacks have looked dangerous. That's Henderson. But what a competent goalkeeper Banks is. Secure and safe. Bobby Moore. Charlton. Newton. All the England players marked up. It's just Mullery who came away for the short one. Newton. Mullery. This is ball. Onside to Lee. Now the first touch he's had. Mullery. And then just playing it a little bit too tight. And Scotland coolly getting out of trouble. Greig. Murdoch. Stein. The defenders content to backpedal. Murdoch. See what ground conditions are like there. Murdoch covered at least 10 yards at his bottom. Mullery. But no question about the foul. So it's going to be Tommy Gemmell of Celtic with his free kick for Scotland. 10 minutes gone. Gilzean looking for the header. There he is. But beaten by Labone, and Cooper finally concedes the corner. Alan Gilzean, the Spurs player who cost Spurs £70,000 from Dundee. Eddie Gray to take the corner. McNeill taking up his position on the goal line. Stein. Colin Stein, who scored 2 goals in this competition so far. And it's Gordon Banks with the kick. Mullery. Charlton. Mullery to Lee. Good covering there by Murdoch behind Gemmell. It's Gemmell now. Mullery to ball. And the difficulty there was clearly illustrated by Alan Ball, who couldn't turn on the slippy surface. Goalkeeper with the goal kick. That's Stein. Greig. Murdoch. Greig. Gemmell. Murdoch. More for England. Henderson. Scottish throw. Bremner. McCreadie. Beautifully set up by Bremner and completely wasted. Eddie McCreadie apologising to Bill Bremner. Set it up for him quite beautifully. The ball was played at just the right place. Not a good one. on by Banks, but it's found Peters. Hurst. Hurst was held there by McNeill as he tried to turn. Moore with the kick. It's Lee. McCreadie. Henderson. Cooper went in decisively for that, to say the least. He was determined to make the ball his. Terry Cooper, number 3. Bremner looking for the unmarked man, but the marking's pretty tight. And now asked to take the throw from the correct position. Greig. Cooper, Charlton, Mullery, Charlton to Lee. Gemmell saw it a mile away, and the referee quite rightly playing the advantage then, but a foul now against Newton. Newton, the offender. Gilzean limping slightly as a result of that tackle. Willie Henderson. McCreadie. Bremner. Henderson. Beautiful ball. And is it a corner? No, it's a goal kick. Is it? No, it's a corner. Thought for a moment the linesman had signalled, which he did, I think, for a goal kick. McNeill into position on the goal line once more. Again, Banks out above the rest to Charlton. McCreadie. Greig. What a good start this youngster's made. Gilzean, Labone, Lee. This is ball. Hurst is alone up front at the moment. Newton. Good running there by Peters. Beautiful running. And that's it. And Peters once more has scored an important goal for England. And he made it by running intelligently from a deep position. The Scottish defence had no cover there at all and were completely exposed by that. And watch Peters there, running into a gap a mile wide. Made the space for himself, hit the ball well. And Herriott beaten by the sheer pace of the shot. So England leading by 1-0. 15 minutes gone. Peters to Moore. Ball, Hurst. Murdoch, Stein to Henderson. Beautiful play by Henderson, but he couldn't get the ball back far enough. Henderson, a very tricky ball player. Good little player. Missed the first match last Saturday, but played well against Ireland on Tuesday night. Banks, who in this early part of the game has showed his determination to make the ball his own when it's crossed into the box. That's Gemmell now to Greig. Stein beating more in the air, but it's Labone filling in now to the ball. Hurst. Good tackle too by McNeill. Ball with a throw. Hurst. Hurst came away from the defence well to Charlton. The significant thing there was nobody was able to pick up Charlton at all. He had a clear shooting position. The Scottish defence, certainly when England attacked quickly, showing signs of wobbling. Gemmell to Greig. McCreadie. Henderson. Peters to Cooper. Moore. England playing with enormous composure. And Lee offside. Well, the defence clearly set a trap for Francis Lee, and he never looked like avoiding it. Gilzean. Fair attempt by Newton to punch the ball. That's the other way. Somebody's fist was flying and the referee decides it was Gilzean. Keith Newton playing in his 16th international. Now it's McCreadie now. A roar of encouragement ringing around Wembley for Scotland. Greig. Now Labone. Charlton. Hurst and Lee running up front. That's Lee. Oh, and the defender exposed himself then. Hurst. Number 2. The defence in tatters. Again, a quick England build-up, and the Scottish defence split by Lee there. That's Lee. That's McNeill committing himself, but he got no chance of getting the ball. Hurst taking up position for a simple tap-in. All made to look very easy. So, 2 goals in 5 minutes by England. And this is England really penalising the Scots for any defensive mistakes they make. And certainly England building their attacks from deeper positions rather more quickly than they have done at any stage previously in this international championship. And the value of the quick build-up clearly shown there. McCreadie. This is Murdoch. Ball to Mullery. Lee. Hurst was trying to stay onside there. McCreadie now to Greig. Gemmell. This is Greig. Now Hurst for England. Newton, ball, Charlton, who came away to make the space well. Moore, a bad ball by Bobby Moore. Gemmell to Bremner. Gray back to Bremner. Gray. Gilzean, Moore to Charlton. Ball. Bremner. Trying to find someone unmarked. Murdoch. The Scots there being forced across the line of the English defence because the Englishmen at the back were prepared to sit back and mark tight. They covered up well at the back. Halfway through the first half, England 2, Scotland 0. The goal scorers Peters and Hurst. Now Bremner for Scotland. Gilzean. Cooper. And the Scots, of course, are their most vulnerable when they're attacking, because they've twice shown how far they get stretched at the back. Ball. Hurst. Cooper. To ball. Look at the space that ball's got. Try to find Hurst, but it's Murdoch now to McCreadie. This is Bremner. Henderson. Gemmell's trying to link up with him. Good play by Henderson, though. And great goalkeeping. Absolutely, perfectly clean handling by Gordon Banks from that shot by Henderson. Gemmell. McCreadie. The Scots almost being invited to attack by England, and it's from these positions where England get the ball that they look at their most dangerous, because they are breaking very, very quickly tonight. Labone. Gemmell. Gilzean above the rest to Stein. Henderson to Bremner. Cooper. Being brought back for defence by one of the Scottish defenders as Hurst went through, but Billy McNeill just doesn't believe. McNeill, a player of enormous experience, has been with Celtic for about 12 years, captain of the Celtic side when they won the European Cup. The wall forming, Charlton with the ball at his feet, Francis Lee is there as well. The French referee pushing the wall back. Not required 10 yards from the ball. Lee. He didn't really hit that. Gemmell for Scotland. Newton to Lee. This is Mullery. Cooper. Charlton. Newton, and how well these England players play for each other. Somebody always filling in, trying to make the spare man. Well, the crowd have clearly enjoyed this match so far, and there's a great deal more still to come. Herriott with the kick for Scotland. Greig, but Labone above Gilzean this time. Now Mullery. Gemmell. Newton. Mullery. Hurst. Paul. Lee's there to help. That's Lee. Mullery. Hurst is loose up front. The ball had been played quickly enough. Ball to Lee. Things about Francis Lee is he's so positive, always wants to have a go. Gemmell with the throw. For Eddie Greig taking it. Stein, only setting it up for Charlton. Now Newton to ball. England with a spare man most of the time. Stein with the offender. Ball then it kind of knock. It stings a bit. It's not likely to put him out of the match. Murdoch to Gilzean. McCreadie, Murdoch. Scotland just a little bit untidy there. Alf Ramsey, no doubt, well satisfied with the way England have attacked and built up their attacks so quickly too. then against Labone. Labone, who tonight is making his presence felt against the Scottish attack. Didn't quite register against Derek Duggan and the Irishman, but he certainly registered tonight. Henderson with the kick. Banks again, out, wanting to be the boss. This is ball. Lee to ball. Mullery filling in to Moore. Cooper's square as well. Also loose Peters. That's Cooper. That's Moore rather to Cooper. McNeill. McCreadie to McNeill again. Trying to find McNeill, and McNeill didn't like that one a little bit, and I'm not surprised. It's Greig picking it up. Bremner. Gilzean. Greig. Although the pitch is drying, there's a slight wind out there in England's favour. The pitch is clearly drying quite quickly. It's still very greasy on top. Gray now to Gemmell. Gilzean couldn't quite get to it. It's Cooper now. Mullery and Cooper. It's not Cooper who's twisted himself, it's Brian Labone who's in it for that one. But Lee breaking and brought back. Ball had gone out of play, but Brian Labone, when Cooper slipped over the top of that ball, Labone went in for it. Has damaged that left leg a little bit. 15 minutes left of the first half. The goal scorers for England, Martin Peters and Jeff Hurst. Good play by Bremner. Finally, not too many for him though. Well, Billy Bremner's got problems up there. The defence, the Scottish defence really doesn't convince anyone, I should think. And he possibly is most aware of it. Mullery. Charlton. Moore. Good ball, Peters. Murdoch. Bremner for Scott. Looking for the quick build-up, but England have got 5 players back, and now 6. The English players are so quick to get back and cover. Henderson for Scotland. Murdoch. Gemmell. Cooper to ball. Hurst. Charlton. Cooper is wide. Lee. And clearly Scotland shouldn't give Lee that kind of room because he's got one of the hardest shots in the game. Packed house at Wembley tonight. Herriott with a goal kick for Scotland. Greig for Scotland. Gray to McCreadie. Bremner. This is Gray. Cool character, this boy. Good ball player. Just trying to do a little bit too much, but there was no one to sell it to. This is Bremner. McCreadie. Stein. Stein above Labone that time. Billy Bremner's very difficult to shoot. There are two interesting characters there. Two that he's built in much the same way as Bremner. Having a look at Alan Ball, two of the most sparry little players in the game. Ball just doesn't believe it was given against him. And McCreadie. Labone beating Gilzean, but it's Henderson. Moore. That was won by Newton. Greig. Scotland had most of the attacking play. This is the kind of position in which they have been stretched in the first half a little bit. First half. Lee. Herriott, quite rightly, coming way up the line for that. John Greig. Well, now with me in the commentary box is Jock Stein, former Scottish international manager.
Well, I think we opened up very well, but we lost the pace and we left it pretty open at the back and fully punished for two mistakes. Particularly we were attacking, England made full use of the space up behind, scored two good goals.
Now this is Peters. Ball. Cooper with the ball. Oh, good running by Cooper. And it nearly got through. The man who tried to make himself a midget to get down to that one was Bobby Charlton. Good running by Cooper, though, to set up the cross. And it's Cooper again. Peters. This is Greig. To Bremner. Good play by Bremner. Really sold himself away back, committed himself far too soon. Now Stein, and Stein should have crossed it because Gilzean was spare in the middle. It was a good shot by Stein, but in fact the real ball, the telling ball, would have been to Gilzean in the centre. Well, they're going to come back for that offence. Of the first half left. McCreadie. Peters. Henderson to Bremner. This is Greig. Gemmell going loose on the left. To Ball. Hurst. Just a bit unlucky, ball slipping. Gemmell. Labone. No chance for Lee. McCreadie with the throw to Greig. Bremner. It up at the back all the time. Now Henderson was won by Mullery, but it's Gemmell for Scotland. Bremner is working so hard. And Brian Labone punished there, or penalised rather, for a two-footed tackle. Bremner certainly felt it. Labone, who's had quite a good game so far. The wall in position. Mullery, Peters, Charlton and Lee. Gemmell to Greig. Gemmell. Moore getting it away, but Murdoch now. Almost bound to turn into trouble. Look at the white shirts around there. That's That's Greig, but no danger. Mullery. Charlton. Well, Charlton usually likes to go loose for these throws himself. He's the player who picks up most of the throws. But this time it's Luke. Mullery, Labone. McNeill, finally McCreadie. Well, Labone was nudged, but he was nudging, so the referee says, but I must say, I sympathise with Labone there, and in fact it has gone his way. Ball. This is Peters. Greig being harried and worried by little Francis Lee. Charlton. And Lee in trouble. And so too is Eddie Greig. So the whistle's gone. The two trains will be sent back. They just paused for a second, but now Harold Shepardson makes a positive run for it. Well, just while we got this break in the game, we got sitting in the commentary box as well, Brian Clough, the manager of Middlesbrough. I'm sorry, the former Middlesbrough player, a manager of Derby County. Frightened him to death when I said that. Derby County, who've just won the second division championship. So here with his views of the first half so far is Brian Clough.
Well, it's a wonderful game so far, David. The England players are playing with 101% confidence. They feel they've got the game won, and it's showing in the way they're pushing it about. I feel the Scottish side are inviting a wee bit of trouble with this centre-half of theirs. Jeff Hurst is pushing him back and back and back, and Bobby Charlton's twigged it early on, and they're creating a one-on-one situation, laying it up to Jeff Hurst. And of course, once it's brought under control, there's only one to beat, and it is wide open to the Scottish goal. If they keep doing it, I can see goals going in right throughout the match.
And Francis Lee okay, so too is Eddie Greig. And the referee ordering a bounce. 5 minutes to go to half-time. It's Murdoch for Scotland. Good ball, wasn't it, too, for Gilzean. Gilzean, this is McCreadie. Labone. From Bremner to Gemmell. Well, no trouble to Cooper and Banks. And Hurst. Lee with no chance of getting to it. In the background, talking to the England trainer, Les Cocker. Murdoch. This is McCreadie. Stein beaten by Labone. I must say that Brian Labone, after a rather shaky match last week against Northern Ireland, when Derek Duggan gave him a lot of trouble, has really commanded centre. Peter now, the ball. Charlton, Cooper, Charlton. Found a bit lucky to get it back like that. It's ball. Mullery's gone wide. Peters, Hurst, Murray. Only he got his head to it. He slipped, and he was so lucky. It came just to him in the right spot. McCreadie. It's Murdoch. Gilzean going to take this throw. Henderson. Well, there just seem to be too many England players on this field. White shirts everywhere. McNeill, Murdoch. It's Henderson. Greig. Good piece of football by Greig, wasn't it? Stein. So beauty. That was a real collector's piece, and the boy who made it was Eddie Greig. A wonderful feint, put himself in face. That's it, made the ground for himself. Just enough room. The cross was sheer perfection. Stein coming in loose. A real power header. And that was the boost Scotland needed. 2 minutes to go to half-time. And they won't be so disconsolate now when they face their manager, Bobby Brown. McNeill. Scottish ball. So it's McCreadie. This is Murdoch. McCreadie. Labone. Cooper. That's Peters to Hurst. He drilled it through well too. Charlton. Mullery. Cooper. Hurst taking up position at the far post. It's Charlton now to Mullery. Lee. This is Newton. Ball, but Newton got no chance of getting to that. Not a hope. He slipped anyway, but even if he hadn't slipped. Oh, the referee's putting play back for a foul on Newton. So it's a free kick to England, and Brian Labone has gone up for this one. This is Lee. Now it's Greig for Scotland. Playing injury time in the first half. There is a little bit. Murdoch trying to find Stein. Bobby no more will just be content to contain him while the English defence reforms the back. Stein again. No danger. Stein, the Scottish goal scorer, the referee going to the picture looking at the watch, and it's Greig for Scotland. This is McCreadie to Greig. Unnecessary that was, the goalkeeper was there, and that would have been the simple ball. Anyway, they got away with it, and it's Gemmell. Gilzean. Newton. Bremner for Scotland. McCreadie. Was aware of Stein coming, and very much aware of Stein coming too, and Eddie McCreadie tried to cross that ball. Didn't put it away far from the goalkeeper. It was a dangerous ball, and Banks was taking no chances. Well, this will be almost the last kick of the first half. Henderson. It was Newton getting it away, but not far enough. The whistle's gone. And that is half-time, with England leading Scotland by 2-1. And yet another very good international match at Wembley. So that's the situation. 45 minutes still to come. And the British Championship resting on this match. Jeff Hurst to Mullery. This is Bobby Moore. Cooper. Wonderful shop window for British football has been in the past week. With each match, or almost every match anyway, providing its own enormous source of entertainment and interest. Henderson. Very difficult player to beat, very tricky. Ball to Charlton. How well ball played that. Look where he turned to pick it up again. Charlton, ball. Great duet this is. Now Hurst is at the far post. Charlton is hanging deep. There were too many for him. This is Bremner. Now Murdoch. Really, Henderson's had a knock. He's out of action at the moment. Banks to ball. Henderson quite 100% clearly, but he doesn't need the trainer. Mullery to Newton. Mullery. McCreadie. Bremner. Gilzean. McNeill. Greig. Good football by this youngster again. Stein with him. Well, he was always trying to tempt round Labone then. Just allow the ball to overrun him a little bit. Free kick for England. Mullery. Cooper to Labone. Mullery made ground well. Lee's in front. Offside. Franny Lou has been caught a couple of times in this offside trap. McCreadie. Henderson with the throw. Bremner. McCreadie. Stein. Foul by Moore. Always a problem, of course, when you screen the ball like that. The defending player tries to get through you to the ball. Bobby Moore was the offender. And it's Bremner now. Henderson. Gilzean. Gilzean is the most underrated player. He really is very, very good in the air, and he's full of delicate flicks and touches. Banks with a kick. That's Labone. Now Murdoch to Scotland. Just one goal separating these sides. Greig. The pattern settling down now to the one that developed in the first half, with Scotland on the attack most of the time. Ball. All ball went right through there at McCreadie. Not surprising that play is stopped. Free kick given to England because McCreadie had obviously exposed his studs, I think, the ball there, which possibly led to the ball going right through, but it's Allen ball in possession now. That's Peters. Cooper. Murdoch. Gilzean. Stein breaking with it. Greig. Well, a little bit lucky it ran for him then. Scottish throw. 5 minutes of the second half. From the to Greig. Moore. What a composed player Bobby Moore is. Hurst. Bremner for Scotland. Greig. Murdoch, well left. McCreadie. Eddie McCreadie saw Murdoch making the run for when the Celtic player played the ball the first time, almost found him with the pass. Greig. That's Gemmell. Greig. Oh. McNeill. McNeill, the heart of the Scottish defence. Greig really felt the full force of that. And that ball is very heavy because it's wet. And Gordon Banks getting a special cheer from the crowd because he had the good grace and sense to kick the ball out of play when Greig was injured. Gordon Banks taking a look at the scene. Stein McNeill, the Scottish trainer. The so-called magic sponge. Gilzean, more. Gilzean. Scotland with his corner. And Eddie Greig to take the corner. McNeill's joined the queue at the far post to run in on his corner. He and Gilzean, number 10, are the danger men. But is nowhere near them. Gemmell to Greig. Greig still onside. Henderson. Hurst. Cooper. Goal kick for England. Terry Cooper playing in his third international match. Over outside left, this boy. It likes to adventure on the left flank, although we haven't seen much of it in the second half. He made one or two very good runs into the first half and crossed one or two very good balls too. That's McNeill. Moore to Cooper. Lee. What a good flick. There's ball. To Lee. Hurst is in the middle. Francis Lee showing just how direct he can be. Bremner with the throw. McCreadie. McCreadie, I think, just a little bit too anxious to get on with it. Scotland very conscious of the fact they're a goal down. Mullery. This is Cooper. Labone. McNeill. Peters. Bremner for Scotland. Stein. Henderson. Gemmell leaving it for Greig. Murdoch. Bremner. McCreadie. Labone not getting it away properly, but again, no danger to Banks. Eddie Greig. Gemmell outside. Stein. Bremner to McCreadie. Poor Eddie McCreadie is not at the best of days on crossing these balls by any means. He's waited 2 or 3. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Still the 1 goal between them, and Banks with the goal kick. Greig. Gilzean. Gemmell to Murdoch. Gemmell. Murdoch. Gemmell. by Labone. A little bit of a rush gone on off the ball between Alan Ball, between Alan Ball and Gemmell. It's ball now to Charlton. And Mullery. Hurst. Murdoch. The crowd trying to whistle for the referee's attention, with the referee letting play go, and finally the ball put out by John Greig. It's Gemmell who needs attention, and in fact he needs it after that clash with Alan Ball. A little bit of action off the ball then, and Gilzean going off the field, and Scotland bringing on a substitute. And the sub is Willie Wallace of Celtic. Rather interesting situation here, because Bobby Brown, the Scottish manager, chose to call on a substitute when Gemmell was injured. It's Willie Wallace, the sub, but if Gemmell has to go off, then Scotland have made their substitute decision, and they could be in a spot of trouble. Actually, it's rather surprising, though, that big Tommy Gemmell could suffer so much damage through that collision with Alan Ball. Certainly there was a little bit of action too that went on after the ball was thrown. Bobby Moore to Mullery. Cooper. Newton. Wallace's first touch was almost a dangerous one then. Charlton. Cooper made the position well. Being faced by his Leeds club mate Billy Bremner, captain. This is Mullery. Ball. Cooper. Cooper illustrating the point I made just before, how he likes to link up with the attack. Quite a good cross with the ball too. There's nobody coming in on that one, but it still wasn't a bad cross. Newton a bit exposed then. Murdoch to Bremner. Labone really powering those headers away tonight. Murdoch, a little too slow. Now Labone. And certainly Brian Labone tonight is having one of his best games for England. McNeill to Bremner. Stein taking up position, that's Stein, but again it's Labone there. Bobby Charlton. That's his ball. Oh, he's got the room. It is. Is it a penalty? Yes. No doubt about it. And although Gemmell and the Scottish players are protesting, they are wasting their time. Absolutely no question about it, as you'll see here. Alan Ball given far too much room with defenders coming away. Herriott parries. And clearly there, Peter's chopped down by John Greig. So it's going to be Jeff Hurst with the penalty. With the penalty is scored against Northern Ireland. Last week he put it to the goalkeeper's right. Does so again. The goalkeeper went the wrong way, actually, slightly. So 15 minutes to the second half gone. Hurst's second goal of the match and England's third. Hurst, who relies on power rather than placing for his penalties. And Scotland again 2 goals down. This could spell trouble. He was obstructed there, and the referee bringing play back. And the Scots are really getting very upset about this referee. Although I would say that they really haven't got a great deal to complain about. Charlton, and this is Cooper. Mullery, Cooper, Peters. Not sure that Tommy Gemmell intended that, but he's on the throw anyway. And it's Bremner. Witt. Oh, Cooper saw that a while back. It's Lee now. Hurst is loose and Charlton's there. And that is a goal kick. And Jeff Hurst is complaining bitterly in the background. And he has every reason to do. He'd come away from the defence. He was clear. With an absolutely open scoring chance. Wallace, now ball for England. To Peters. Lee. Well, Billy McNeill's a bit quick, isn't he? He's not a young player by any means, but he turned well there and got the tackle in well too. Alan Ball to take the corner. Brian Labone taking up position at the near post. Got a good back header too. Peters just taken right off his toe there by John Greig. Mullery now to Charlton. Cooper. Ball. This is Peters to Charlton. Lee. England trying to probe a position. Hurst there jumping out of the tackle and a Scottish throw. Bremner. Wallace to Stein. Ball's not holding on this wet turf. It certainly accelerates off the turf. And Keith Newton now to take the throw. Hasn't seen much of the ball in the second half, and now it's England on the attack once more. Alan Ball to Lee. Peters. Well laid back and beautifully taken. Superbly taken by Martin Peters, who just used the side of his foot. But again, the credit to Alan Ball, who laid it back. Now watch Peters play the ball here. There is the 1-2, and now watch Peters, all the time in the world, Herriott on the 6-yard line with a gap on his left, and it is 4-1 now to England. Peters' second goal, England's 4. While Peters has made a situation that could have looked difficult look very easy. Gemmell for Scott. So clean with his handling. Moore. Charlton. Well, Charlton haven't lost at Wembley since 1961, but England looked like extracting a severe penalty tonight. Lee offside. So it's John Greig now for Scotland. Murdoch a bit unlucky in slipping there, and he brought a bad tackle down on the ball. He's on the ground. And I think the trainer might be needed for Murdoch. The referee hasn't seen him yet. And Mullery trying to draw his attention. In the background there's Keith Newton, Labone going through the picture. thinking back to that England goal, I think the fourth goal, Labone is the man who must take the credit for it, for the way it laid it back to Peters. Actually played a similar ball when England scored on Wednesday night against Wales, when he laid back to Colin Bell, headed it back to him. Really beautifully laid on for Peters. Murdoch's taken a couple of knocks in this match. She's back in progress, and it's Cooper in possession. Mullery to Charlton. Newton. Mullery. They've been given yards. That deflection wins a corner. Again, the Scottish defence, nobody coming to the player in possession on the edge of the box, and they're inviting the shooting. Bobby Charlton take it, Labone there. Perhaps looking at that back header that he produced in the last corner. Ball. Cooper. England throw. Midway through the second half, England 4, Scotland 1. Cooper for England. Hurst, how well he got up to that. There was nobody to take advantage, but he towered above the Scottish defence. Henderson now for Scotland. Wallace in support in the middle, but he's the only one, and the others are racing to get up. Forced to hold it too long. It's Greig, the ball still in play. Greig. Keith Newton keeping a tighter grip on Greig in the second half on the occasions he's popped up on the left wing, and he seems to be living there most of the time now. Bremner. Henderson. Peters penalised. There's going to be a free kick which was quickly taken but up in the right spot. Stein. Good tackle by Cooper. Now ball for England. Hurst. Ball. Cooper with more there. More opening it out. Superb ball to Charlton. This is Cooper. To Charlton. Surely they'll not give him room. Murdoch was always between the goal and Bobby Charlton that time. Bobby Charlton, who must surely be the most exciting hitter of all in English football since the war. Stein. McCreadie. Bremner has worked so hard to keep Scotland going. Wallace. Gemmell. Instruction. Well, he may not have given instructions, he may just consider that a foul. So it's a free kick to Scotland. Yes. 20 minutes left for play. England 4, Scotland 1. Free kick to Scotland. Bremner. Well, Bremner's not the biggest player on the field by any means, but he's got one of the biggest hearts in football. That's Greig. Oh gosh, he got a long way with that header. Labone now to Moore, but handball against Moore. The whistle hasn't gone. Now, in fact, the referee's brought play back to where it's alleged Labone was pushing Stein. I think there's a bit of Stein backing onto him as well, which is what it's gone the other way. I think Bobby Moore was doing a bit of refereeing on his own part there. He anticipated the referee's decision, and I think got away with what amounts to a con job. Greig. Wallace. Must be very difficult for a substitute to come into this match at this stage and find his feet on this ground. Takes a little time because it's still very slippy on top. Mullery. Hurst has gone wide. There's Hurst. Superb ball by Mullery. Lee in the middle, but taken out by McNeill. Mullery. And Hurst was offside. Scots quickly took that kick. Jeff Hurst was a little bit slow to get back to an onside position after crossing the ball in the first place. Murdoch. Henderson trying to find more to do on the other wing, and it was Mullery there who caught him. Perfectly fair tackle though. Greig. Gemmell. Scottish ball. I must say that little Alan Ball and number 8 and Gale don't like each other very much. You can see the trouble between them. Bit of an illustrated bag. Ball must be about 6'1". Alan Ball about 5'7". Bremner. Stein. Henderson. And Banks in the England goal. When Henderson shot then, Banks almost looked at it with contempt. He knew exactly where he was, he knew exactly where it was going. Banks was on the edge of the 6-yard line. That's more. Charlton. I think what the crowd would love to see now, after this fine display by England tonight, is a Charlton special. It would almost be the icing on the cake in this type of match, because it really has been a very competent performance by England. Still, we've got some time left yet for the Scots to try and pull 1 or 2 back. 16 minutes. Bremner now for Scotland. Wallace. Bremner never stops. Busy little player. Won the free kick. Fierce and competitive. Hates to lose. This is Gray. It was a good ball by Gray too. Now Charlton. Pressure not off England, who've come out very quickly, but not quickly enough. Gemmell getting the return from Wallace. Finally pressured out of it. Tommy Gemmell brought down then by that tackle, but there's suffered no long-term effects either from the earlier tackle by Alan Ball. Greig. Glenn, come and get it. It's Greig. Charlton. Murdoch. Labone. And just at this stage of the match, it looks to me as if England are losing a little bit of concentration. They've got this 4-1 lead. 15 minutes left for play. The goal scorers, Hurst 2, Peters 2, the goal scorer for Scotland, Colin Stein. England are almost sitting back in defence. Henderson. He was trying to win a corner, but a goal kicked it. Gordon Banks with this kick. Gemmell. Wallace. Oh, and he almost caught Banks. Notice where Banks is. Just a momentary lapse of concentration, and Wallace saw it on Bank Park. Banks had taken the kick and didn't expect that long one there from Wallace. Piece of really quick thinking that almost paid off. Banks just got his fingertips to it, but he was going back to his goal line in an almost leisurely fashion. Eddie Gray with the ball. McNeill got above the rest. Wallace, he couldn't get a book. Henderson. He's going to wonder for a long time how that ball found its way through that ruck of players. Gordon Banks, who for so long has been making this England defence feel so secure. Defender and Charlton making him pay for it, and McCreadie just got a boot through to save it. It's Greig, Stein, good play by the Rangers centre forward. Finally one too many though, and it's going to be Eddie Greig to take the throw. Murray's got back to receive the throw. Stein. Corner. Colin Stein, the first player to be transferred internally in Scotland for £100,000. Looking sharper with every match. Finished the suspension a week last Thursday, 2 days before the Welsh match. He's looked quite good, improving with every match. Totally wasted corner there. Incidentally, in this home international competition, we've got several players in the competition with 3 goals to their credit. Ron Davis of Wales, Colin Stein of Scotland, Jeff Hurst of England, and Martin Peters of England. They head the goal-scoring list, and it's Alan Ball now to Charlton. Mullery, no pressure on him, and in fact he was a little bit careless. It's Henderson now to Gemmell. Wallace. Henderson. Labone. Moore. Charlton. Lee. Offside. Sitting on this 4-1 lead, as you can see from Jeff's attitude then. He wasn't going to allow them to take the kick until his defenders had got back and time to collect themselves. Cooper sending it back from Peters. That's Lee. McNeill. Greig. And Wallace must have been at least 10 yards offside. Well, of course, England is shortly going to, that's Willie Wallace, number 12. England is shortly going to South America on their pre-World Cup tour. A tour that's really full of experiment and for the purpose of finding out the kind of conditions they'll have to meet in Mexico City next year when they go to defend the World Cup. Start with matches in Mexico. They've also got matches on the tour against Uruguay and Brazil. This is the sort of performance, though, that must give them a real boost, although they're going to meet obviously very different conditions in South America. Harder grounds, of course, in Mexico, the rarefied air at 7,000 feet. That's Bremner. Gemmell trying to go through on that. Greig. Was committed one way and found the time to get back the other. Eddie Greig, number 11. Hurst now for England. 10 minutes left. Lee. Cooper for England. Moore. Lee. Always set up for Charlton. Mullery. Charlton. Well played Greig to Stein. Bremner alongside Stein. Henderson up front. like Francis Lee, wearing the same number, but he likes to have a go. Sorry about those odd shots on the low camera there, but in fact we've got an enthusiastic supporter who's got a scarf that's very active as well. Gemmell. Wallace. Greig. Stein. Murdoch. Murdoch trying to bend that one. A powerful shot, Bobby Murdoch. He scored the equaliser for Scotland in a recent World Cup match against West Germany. Of course, the Scots using this home international championship as a trial in many ways for their World Cup team. I've heard the bad news from their point of view today that West Germany have beaten Austria. West Germany lead the section in which Scotland have to qualify by a goal to nil. So West Germany now 2 points ahead of Scotland, but they've played a game more. But Scotland's matches in that World Cup section are now all away from home. McCreadie, that was well left by Wallace, but Labone quick to recover. He does lack a bit of pace, doesn't he? Well, Labone hurt himself, but really fouled Wallace. And just while Harold Shepherdson has a look at Labone, let's collect a comment now from Brian Clough, the manager of Derby County, the second division champions.
Well, it's an absolutely thrilling match. The last goal we saw from Martin Peters was nothing short of superb. It typified England's performance right from 7:30 of supreme confidence, capable of doing the job, knowing they could win, knowing they could play well, and to suggest the Scottish defence hasn't been too good would take something away from the England's performance. England have been magnificent.
Well, Labone's only got about 7 minutes left now to hang out. And it's going to be Gemmell now with the free kick. Backs. Hurst for England. Murdoch. Murdoch's power taking him through that tackle. Stein. Totally wasted. Colin Stein has scored 3 goals in the competition, 1 in every match. Once more that goal kick for England. McNeill completely misjudged it. It's Greig to Herriott. Gemmell, hardly surprising the Scots, just a fraction jaded, but that's one man who isn't. Bremner who played that ball to Murdoch. Charlton, this is Cooper. Mullery. Cooper to Moore. Charlton. England just content to roll it about. Gray and Hurst together. Ball out of play. And there's a Scottish spectator on the pitch. Getting kindly treatment from Tommy Gemmell. Clearly doesn't think much of the referee. So just 5 minutes left. And this deciding match in the British Championship. England 5 minutes away from retaining the title. Leading by 4 goals to 1, and it's Bobby Moore, the captain now. To Newton. Ball. Newton. Francis Lee was the one who got to it. Well, they pulled his leg against the city about not using his head, but just see how he got to this. All these tall Scottish defenders there, and it was Lee who met it. Look. Bradley Lee would be very proud of that. He'll talk about that for quite a while. And Gemmell. Charlton for England. Ball laying back to Charlton. Charlton was never going for it. McCreadie. Henderson. Bremner rather. Wallace to Henderson. Labone. Some more. Oh, and the England defence is a terrible tackle there. Misunderstanding between Moore and Banks. Henderson with the corner. 3 minutes left, but there is some injury time. Charlton trying to make the score look more respectable, and that's a free kick. These players, their third hard match in a week, getting very tired. Henderson with the kick. Murdoch. Henderson. Oh, lines of players there. And the man who got his head to it was Eddie Greig. Eddie Greig, who set up Scotland's goal. Just a word about this Wembley pitch, which was in such a desperate state 6-7 weeks ago. Even after the heavy rain today, the pitch has played quite well. It stood up to the wear and tear. Willie Bremner, the Scottish captain, socks roll down, still hasn't given up. 2 minutes left. Bremner. Greig to McCreadie. Not the sort of ball you expect at this level. Cooper with the throw. That pass of Eddie McCreadie is underlined just how tired the players are getting. Moore. Charlton. Cooper. Offside. Hurst. Clearly offside. Ramsey made the point when I talked to him this morning that the England crowd here of supporters did such a good job for England, and they have again tonight. And hands given against Bremner, who believes that he was brought down and fouled. Less than 1 minute left now. Banks. Hurst beating McNeill. Greig and Lee there together, and finally Greig who comes away. Seen with that flick, but Moore looking for Banks. Hurst to Lee. Ball to Peters. England looking for number 5. Could be here. Lee, he just couldn't get the angle right. There were 2 Scottish players coming at him. Bradley Lee, worn out, I would think. He's done a considerable amount of running. But playing in the England team for some time to come. Playing injury time now, and it's Bremner for Scotland. McCreadie. Henderson calling for the ball. That's Henderson to Greig. Moore. Newton. Moore. Peters. Moore to Cooper. Charlton. Telegraphed the pass. We've got another spectator on the field being sent off by the players. In fact, he's back off the pitch now. And England playing it at walking pace. As long as they've got the ball, Scotland's on score. It's just possession of football. Ball to Charlton. Ball again. Mullery. Haskell's got it. Come and get it. Cooper. Peters. They can go on like this all night. Ball. Yes! Oh, he just couldn't find it. Corner there to England. About a minute and a half of injury time gone, and Lee with the corner. And again, Labone's come up for it. Charlton leaving it for Ball. And when he did leave Ball, then I think Ball thought Charlton was going to hit it with his right foot. And a free kick given to Scotland, is it? Well, I don't know, the players are confused. And it's to England. Scottish supporters don't like it. I don't think many of the English supporters like it either, because it didn't look like the best of decisions. But still, it's Lee now placing it. 2.5 minutes of injury time gone. Scottish defender not 10 yards from the ball, but the referee letting it go. Charlton. That wasn't very far away. That would have been the sort of ending that the crowd would have enjoyed. And look how close it was, but always going away from the post there. Greig. Henderson. To Wallace. 3 minutes of injury time gone. On to the players, we need to look at the referee. I suspect they'll be glad when the whistle goes, because they look very heavy. And there's the full-time whistle, with England the winners of this new style international championship. The goal scored for England by Hurst, who got 2. Martin Peters, who got 2. Stein, who got the Scottish goal, and who scored in each one of the international matches. Change shirt, that's John Greig. Tommy Gemmell's shirt comes off. Lee now taking over a Scottish shirt.